Guys, the way that women were interviewed by TV hosts is my Roman Empire.
Megan, what is it like working with the director Michael Bay, who, from all accounts, appears to be insane?
Yeah, well, he's infamous for being a sort of tyrant, I guess, on set. But the first time I ever worked with him, actually, I had just turned 15, and I was an extra in Bad Boys 2.
Really?
And yeah, they were shooting this club scene, and they brought me in, and I was wearing a Stars and Stripes bikini and a red cowboy hat, and like 6-inch heels. And they took me to Mike, and he approved it, and they said, you know, Michael, she's 15, so you can't sit her at the bar, and she can't have a drink in her hand. So his solution to that problem was to then have me dancing underneath a waterfall getting soaking wet. And that's
perfectly wholesome.
at 15. I was in 10th grade. So
Wow.
that's sort of a microcosm of how Bay's mind works.
Yeah, well, that's really a microcosm of how all our minds work. But some of us have the decency to repress those thoughts.
Right.
Excuse
and
me?
pretend that they don't exist.
Right.
What?
He,
Okay, so the craziest thing about the situation is that Jimmy is making Megan feel super comfortable. He's like, yeah, that fucking Michael Bay guy is a psycho, right? And Megan's like, yeah, you know, let me give you a little example about how he was on set, right? He sexualized me when I was 15 years old. That was like his solution. Like literally pump up the volume from a bar to her being like basically naked underneath a waterfall when she's a minor. And she thinks this is a safe place because, you know, Jimmy said it. Jimmy was the one to be like, this motherfucker is crazy. Instead, he's even worse. He's like, nah, like we all would have sexualized you at 15. Yeah, we would have been a little bit more subtle about it, but that's just the way all our minds work. What? The whole audience is like, yeah, totally. Also, like, you know, the thing that couples do where they draw each other, and it's really interesting because it actually reveals a lot. Like, it gives a little insight into what somebody actually thinks about you subconsciously, you know, like their true emotions, kind of. You guys have to see how Jimmy drew Megan.
I drew one of you two, and I really drew this, and I took it seriously. I did it but I thought it'd be fun to draw the two of us together.
Ew, why? What?
Am I touching your penis?
She already knows. She's so smart.
You are now.
Oh my god.
No, here's my picture of us together. I think this just captures our relationship. See what's happening there? You've got your
Sexual
tongue out,
assault?
and I've got my tongue out there. You can see my body hair is.
She's literally terrified.
What do you think of that?
You did it with inks and everything. I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
I did it with a pen.
Like, you did it for real.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, you know, that's how we did it in my day. We didn't have computers and stuff. All we had was ourselves and a mirror. That's very well done. Thank you. Well, that's for you.
Like, he's not even trying to hide it at this point. You can't convince me otherwise that that photo that he drew with permanent ink is not sexual assault. And Megan is so uncomfortable, like you can see in her body language, she's just like trying to make the situation as comfortable as possible. But like she already knows what's up. He's so emboldened to say this. Like this is a show seen by millions and millions of people, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna say this, and this is totally normal. And I guess it was, and that's really scary.